Are you a list maker? Like, do you wake up in the morning and make lists and cross things off and then decide what are the key items on that list?
No, I'm a time blocker.
Time blocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not a big believer in to-do list. I like to grapple with the actual available time. Like, okay, I have a meeting here. I have to pick my kids up from school here. Well, okay, now that I see that there's a lot of gaps in the middle of the day here, okay, so this I'm going to work on writing. So I've been a big believer of this since I was an undergrad.
All right, so last time around we did this first part and you guys have been asking for the second part. So in this video we are going to make sure we break down this second part from here. So what I'm going to do is to make sure this is faster, I'm going to bring in my reference here. I'm just going to make sure I delete the audio. Now I'm going to bring this one here. I'm going to walk you through everything bit by bit. So now let's open this one in the Fusion page. In the Fusion page you have this. I'm going to get a background node here, connect this one here, and get my media in node, add that here. Now change this from timeline to background, make sure I view it here. Yeah, it's good now. Yep, something like that. So let's start from the background. Let's make it 4-corner gradient background. I'm just going to increase the size. Now I can use this one and pick this color from here. If you want the color code, this you can copy this color code. Now pick this one from here. This is just a white color and this is the color code. Now this is another. Let's pick this one from here and this is the color code. You can copy this color code. And now let's pick this one up from here and this is the color code. Let's get it a background node here and get this video from here, connect it to this background node. Now if we take a look at the video from here, it's too big, so let's add a transform node to this one and we can size it down to something like this. I think is fine. Now let's just move this up. Now let me close this one. Now if you look at this video here, you're going to realize that it has corner ridges, so we're going to get a rectangle mask, maybe size it like this and like this. Yes, something around here, and I'm going to connect it to this merge node. Let me bring this one up, can reduce it like this, and then I'm going to take the corner radius to something around here. Yes, 0.17 is okay for that one. Then I'm going to copy this one, Control C, bring it here, Control V, and I'm going to get a background node here, connect the rectangle mask to the background node and this background node to this one. Now let's go to the background node and make this background color a white color like this. Go to the rectangle mask, uncheck solid and turn up the border width. Yes, to some, it doesn't need to be too much, to something like this. We're going to get a background node here and we're going to get a rectangle mask, get a background node. We can take a look at the background node from here. Now let's change this background color to a gradient color, something like this. Let's just bring this one a little bit closer like this. It doesn't matter, you choose how you want it to be. Yes, now let's just size this rectangle to something, increase the size like this, reduce the, something like that will work. Now let's add a Gaussian blur to it, and after the Gaussian blur we can reduce it to something like yes, and we are going to add a soft glow. Enter. Now in the soft glow, reduce this one and this one can be somewhere around here is fine, I think. Now connect this one to this one. Let's take a look at this one from here. We're going to make sure that I increase the size of this. Yes, increase the size of this one and maybe bring it down to somewhere around here. Good. Now let's come back to this background and make it a bit more, something like this. Good. Get the output of this rectangle mask and connect it to this one. You have this, it's going to cut this one out. It's still not transparent yet, so we have to come to this merge node and bring the opacity down to something around here. Now get the output of this background and connect it to the mask section of this one, connect it to the mask section of the soft glow as well. Let's make sure we're looking at this one from here. Now I'm just going to reduce the opacity to kind of look like what I would want. I think this is better. Yeah, we can work with this one. Now let's connect this one to this one. Let's try to take this rectangle a little bit down here. Yeah, I think. Yeah, something like this. I think it's okay. Now, all we need to add is the text, and we can add that somewhere around here. So I'm just going to make space here, and you can hold down Alt and click on this one, and you have something like this. Yeah, so let's get a text node. I'm going to get a text node here, and I'm going to write, change the font to the Apple font, which is FS Pro Display. You can change it from bold to medium. Now connect it here. No, it's supposed to be on top of this one. Anyways, let's connect it here. Yes, business meeting is going to appear here. You might just put it somewhere around here, and we reduce the size to, yes. Now copy this text, Control C, Control V, and here you just need to feed in the time you want and connect this one here. Good. It appears there. Now go to the text node, and you just need to move the X value to this side. We need to work on this background some more. This color here is too bright, so let's bring it down here. Yeah, something like this, so that you can see the text here. Something like this I think is better. Now we need to bring in this clock from here. Let's look for, so some, it's here. I'm gonna bring it here and then connect it here. Yes, you see it appears too big, so I'm just going to make some space here, shift this to this side, and to this one I'm going to add a color generator. It's going to bring out this white box. Just make sure you connect this one to the mask section of the color generator. Gives you that white color. Now from this merge node, we can size this down to a very small number and bring it over here. Now reduce everything. Let me just bring it up. Use this one. Yeah, I think you should go with a size of 0.4. Yeah, something like that. Move it closer, a bit closer. Good. That should be it for this one. We just need to make sure that this one is a bit organized. Let's organize these nodes from here. Now, if you bring this down to somewhere around here, you see that our last animations was moving down. So this one should also move down in the same direction. Now, let's come here. Since we have, this is our entire thing, it comes down to here. I'm going to add a transform node here. If we add a transform node here, it's going to be better. Now I can reduce the size if I feel like the size is too much from here. Yes, let's use the size of is 0.8. I think that is better. All right, now from here, just move this to something above here. Yeah, I think so. Keyframe the center X and Y value, then to about frame 25, bring it down to 0.5, and here just come here, ease out cubic, so we have something like this. Yes, good. So it plays along, and then from around frame 40, you see that it bounces up. Come to this one again, keyframe frame 40, and go to somewhere around frame 60. Let's use frame 60 and just move it a little bit up. So somewhere around here, I think that should work. Now go to spline, zoom to fit. Make sure you select these two last points and ease out back cubic. Yes, depending on how you want the bounce, you can reduce this from here and how smooth you want it to be. So let's play that. Yes, it's okay now. So now we need to introduce this one from this side. So at the same frame 40, like frame, yeah. So I'm going to close this up. Now I'm going to make sure I copy all of these nodes, Control C, and I'm going to move up to somewhere around here, Control V. Now let me move them up again. Now I'm going to delete this. We don't need this transform node. I'm going to add a new transform node to this one, and then I'm going to connect it here. Let's take a look at this one from above here. Yes, if we take a look at this one, this is what we have, but the image has to be different. I downloaded the video from YouTube. I I think it's this one. It's just a video of this university. So I'm going to bring it here, make sure I delete this one, and I'm going to add this one here. Now let's take a look at this from this transform node. Yeah, that's it. You have it. It fits exactly like that. Now, if you play it, yeah, we just need to change this text. Let me show you. We need to change this text. Now we need to pick up kids from school. So let me just quickly change the text. This should be from 1:30. So I think that this is better. Now you just need to come down here. Maybe take a look at this from here so that we arrange it. Yeah, this is it. Now remember that we use a size of 0.8 here. So just come here and make sure the size is zero point 0.8. Now we have the same size. Just bring it to where you want it to be, the final position. I'm going to bring it to somewhere around here. Good. Now let's come to around frame 49, 48. Yes, frame 49. You're going to keyframe the center X and Y and go to something around frame 80. Go to frame 80, keyframe the center X and Y. Go back to this first one and you move the X value out of the screen to this side. Now go to spline. Make sure you select all and ease out back cubic. You always want to play this till where the peak is. Okay, if you look at where the peak is, you see that it's going out of screen. We don't want that. So come to this point here and you can bring down this point to some value like this. It's fine there for me. Yes, it's okay there. Now from here, we see that it keeps playing till about frame 135. So at frame 135, I'm going to add a new transform node here. Add that transform node here. I'm going to call it maybe split. Now in this transform node, I'm going to keyframe the center X and Y at this frame, then go to maybe frame 145 and keyframe it again. You just need to split it up till like this, something like this. Now you can do a bounce effect or not. I'm just going to do, let's just do a bounce effect and see the result. Out back cubic. I'm still going to reduce this peak from here. Good. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to control C this transform, come here, control V. If I paste it, you realize that this one goes up too, but we don't want it to go up. So come to the last keyframe and make sure you take it down to the opposite direction. I think that this size is good. By the way, we are going to, so let's play that and see. Anyways, we are going to come back to this one. Let's just add this element in the middle, then we come back to that one. But before that, let's add a drop shadow to here. Drop shadow, we're going to add a drop shadow here, enter, and reduce the blur to something around here. Reduce the distance like this and increase the blur strength to something around here. Control C this blur, control C and control, so we have the same kind of blur. Yep, yeah, something around there. Now let's build this one in the middle and we bring this one up. So we have get a background node, get another background node, connect this background node here and get a rectangle mask, connect the rectangle mask here. You can just size it. I will just size it up and you let you know. Yes, bring down the height to something like this and that's fine. Let's take a look at this from here. Now we don't have a background because I need to turn this up. Yours will not be the same because I choose to make mine this way. So let me come to my edit page. I have this text pack. You can get the text pack link in the description if you want to use my text pack, new text pack. So that is it. I'm going to close this up and it's going to be, I need to go back to the edit page and increase this fusion composition. Change the text, free time. Now change the color to black. We need to get a text node from here, change this to 2 hours, get a clock again here, but this time around it should be black. So just size it down like this. Now at the end of this, we need to add a drop shadow here. So finally add a transform node here and you can connect this here. We can then take a look at this from here. Good. So it's not at the center. So we're just going to reduce the size of this one to something around here and then bring it up to the middle here, like here. Now just make sure that you come back to this transform node and then go to where it's supposed to be the final value and try to fit. Let me bring this up to 25 50% so that we can see. Now at this frame, I think we should just try to arrange them like this. We have already keyframed them, so we won't, that will be it. So if you look at it now, yes, it's going to come up like this. So come to somewhere around frame 137, come to this rectangle mask, and you're going to keyframe the height. At this frame, go to 155 maybe, keyframe it again, come down to this one and take it down to 0. So it's going to split up like this. Yes, we're just going to do this one, select this one, right click and ease out back cubic. Yes, something like this. Now let's animate the text. If you look at the text, this text animation starts from around frame, you can see the text from around frame 138. I'm going to come to this text here, go to the keyframes, open up this one and select both of these keyframes and bring it the first keyframe to about this frame. Now if you have this text pack, go to the modifier, or if you have already watched my videos and you have it saved, go to the modifier and come to the transform. Now if you look at this first number, it is a negative number, meaning that it's coming from below. So what you need to do is just make sure that you change the number till it becomes positive, something like this. Now if I play it, yes, it goes down like this. Now let's just make sure that our delay is similar. Let's come to somewhere around here, come to the timing and reduce the timing. I think that would work. So the timing of this value would work for me, I think. Now go forward, go to our frame 54, come to this merge node, keyframe the size, go forward to about 170, come back here and take it down to 0. Now go to frame 162. Now you can go to the text, keyframe the size, go 1 2 3 4, go to frame 185, keyframe it again, go back to this one, take it down to 0. Now select the text, hold down Ctrl and select the merge node, open spline up and you can zoom to fit out back cubic. Now just check for where the peak of this one is. You have to reduce the size to something like this. Go to where the peak of the text is, somewhere around here. You don't want it to come close to the boundary like this, so reduce that peak somewhere around here. And if you play it now, that is it. Now just go to somewhere around this frame, you can cut it here and then you can cut it here. Let me increase this one till around here. Yeah, let me increase it here till around here. And if you come here, you can cut it, or you don't need to cut it, just need to make sure that and you're going to add this one. It's the same thing, just I have the video here, this is the video here, you just need to replace this with this video. And with that, if you have followed this tutorial from the start to the finish, you should be able to complete the next part. If you have gotten value out of this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.